You are now watching Frednet Productions.
So, when was the last time we reviewed an Iron Man figure? I think it was a little while ago. Put it up on screen. What was that about? Huh. A bit short, don't you think? On to the toy review. Wait, that one was pretty short. What is up, you guys? Welcome back to my channel. It is your boy Joe, and today we'll be taking a look at the Blokees Champion Class Iron Man Mk.85. And this is the first Blokees figure I've actually taken a look at on this channel. Now, is this the first ever Blokees figure I've ever bought? No, we'll get to that. Anyways, but yeah, taking a closer look at the box, I love the color or the material that's, that whatever that material is that gives it that rainbow shine. It looks really good. That's what I really like. Right here we got the Champion Class. Right here it says we don't need any brush, glue, or cutters. Personally, I use cutters because it's just preference, and my model kit turned out fine. And before I ask, obviously, yes, this is a model kit. This is the Blokees do make model kits. So yeah, Infinity Saga. Here you have the back of the box with other stuff about the figure and whatnot, things it comes with, pictures of the model kit, and here's the top. Well, here, flip it on. There's the top of the box. There's the bottom of the box right there. Other side of the box with a picture of the figure, and that's pretty much it. So let's go ahead and take a look at the figure itself. And here's the figure out of its cardboard packaging. There we go. Getting a closer look at this figure, we can go ahead and see the sculpting and painting details are immaculate. I just love the metallic finish on the individual parts of this figure. It looks so good. I think it just looks amazing. Just look at that, man. From afar, this kind of looks like an SH Figure Arts. But, the proportioning definitely is not that of an SH Figure Arts. One personal gripe that I had when I overall was assembling this, there was, see that little chip right there? I don't know if the camera can catch it right. See that little chip on the top, that little one right there? I didn't use cutters for that one. I just plucked it off and it just chipped off the main of the helmet. Now, if you squint your eyes, you'll still be able to see it. Or if you look at it from afar, it looks fine at an angle, but up close, you can definitely see it. Other than that, the figure looks really good, and there was this little thing I was worried about because in the package you saw it was glowing, but yeah, it actually glows. There is a light inside that uses a clear plastic dumbbell joint, so that it can use light piping. So if anything, you can use it as a flashlight in a way, But anyways, to get a better look at the light, we can turn off my light, and boom, you see that? That's sick. My camera's having a little hard time focusing at this light. It definitely illuminates the entire, but it does look really cool regardless. Let's get these lights back on. There we go. Anyways, but yeah, the figure overall looks really great. I love the design of Mk.85, one of my favorite designs, right behind the Mark 6 armor. But yeah, let's go ahead and take a look at what this figure has to offer. When it comes to this figure and his accessories, he has a pretty fair amount. Before getting to the hands, let's go ahead and take a look at the accessories that I actually did have a little bit of an issue with. Starting off with this, his cannon, I'd say. I don't know what this is. LARPer, I don't know, you can call me whatever. I really wish that Blokees made it so that it was another hand accessory in a way you can attach it to via ball joint like a hand. But instead they made it so you had to separate the actual joint from the one in the arm. And I had done it because at one point, not to attach it, this was before when I was assembling it, I had to unattach it because it was at a wrong angle, so I had to put it. But it had caused a stressed mark on one of the pegs, so I decided not to do it. This is a kind of a flaw, I'd say. Not my favorite thing that Blokees did. Again, this isn't my very first Blokees figure. It's just kind of disappointing how I can't use this thing unless if I take his, disconnect this part, risk breaking the peg and attaching it. So definitely a bit of an issue. And the same goes for this back piece right here. it wouldn't be an issue if there was like a hole here and I could just attach it whenever. But this piece right here would not come off for the life of me. I tried detaching it from the torso and removing it like that. It just kind of bent out like that, and I'm just scared because there's only pegs right here and they could snap off, get stuck, and never come out. So that's the one issue I have with the Blokees Iron Man. Other than that, everything else is pretty good. I'm a little upset that I won't be able to use these accessories with him. But other than that, let's get to the other accessories. He does have a repulsor blast accessory. I'm not sure if these are supposed to be blue or they are this color. Not entirely sure, but they do attach onto his hands, and we'll get a better look at that a little bit later. See, look, they look pretty good on there. But yeah, we'll get a little better look at the attached repulsors on his hands right after the segment where we take a look at it. Hands. Starting off, we have these fisted hands, which this also leads to another gripe of mine, and I don't want to sound like I'm complaining, but there is this, this part that I always have to detach in order to attach hands individually. Just a little thing, a little issue I have. Don't know why they couldn't just make them all one piece. We have these open, relaxed hands. We have these open repulsor hands. And lastly, we have this hand that holds this sick energy blade or weapon that he uses in the movie. And that's pretty much it for all his hand accessories and its accessories that attach to him. But also want to know, what's this? I couldn't figure out for the life of me in the instruction what this is. I'm not sure what this is. If it attaches to anything, please let me know in the comments if any of you guys know what this is. Anyways, that is it for all his accessories. Let's go ahead and take a look at his articulation. Starting at the head, he can look up that far, he can look down that far. Surprisingly, he looks, up and down a pretty good amount despite having just a dumbbell joint, but that allows him to get a nice range of motion for the head, so he can get some pretty good head pivoting. Arms move out that far, but that doesn't seem that much, but if you move back the little shoulder, you can get it slightly higher. Not really. Kind of. It's just in the way, I feel. Yeah, there's a lot more room to move it a little bit. I'm not sure. 360 movement, butterfly joint, swivel at the bicep, double jointed elbow, hinge at the wrist, with every ball joint being a swivel. Moving on to the midsection, there is a ball joint here, which allows for this crazy movement that we're getting. It allows for, swivel at the waist and a swivel at the midsection. We can get a nice arching back and a forward crunch. A bit underwhelming despite the double ball joint there. Just a little gripe. Legs split out that far. There is a drop down joint, so regularly he can kick that much. If you drop down a little bit, he can kick up a lot higher. So forward, he can kick up that far. He can kick back that far with the drop down joint right there. Thigh swivel, double jointed knee, and a hinge at the foot. There is a hinge here that can allow you to move the foot a lot more back. Okay, swivel at the leg and a toe bend. And that is it for his articulation. Although the size isn't that much, and there is a bit of limitation, you can get some pretty good poses with this guy. I mean, even with the lack of the use of accessories like this, I can get some pretty good poses. But anyways, that is it for his articulation and poseability. Let's get on to his size comparison time. Before we size compare, let's get on to his height. At first, he stands just below 6 inches at about 5.5 inches, so definitely on the shorter side. And let's go ahead and see what other figures he compare with. Here he is next to my last review, the 2013 Marvel Legends Scarlet Spider. Here he is next to the Figma Doomslayer. Here he is next to the SH Figure Arts Iron Man Mk.85. And if you are wondering, no, he does not scale well with Figure Arts or Marvel Legends. It is definitely a shorter figure, so if you wanted to get a Mk.85 for your collection, I recommend getting the Marvel Legends one, or even getting a bootleg, or if you can't afford the SH Figure Arts, get a bootleg of it. It probably won't pose well, but it'll look good on your shelf. Or if you have the money, then just get an SH Figure Arts one. Speaking of, here he is next to the Marvel Legends Iron Man Mk.85. And the paint difference is absolutely crazy. You can see how much more dedicated Blokees is to their, paint apps and stuff. But even though this is a much older figure, so it's understandable, I guess. Here he is next to the Marvel Legends Iron Man Mk.87, and here he is next to Lightning McQueen. Bit of a longer review, this one. Anyways, this figure is pretty good. Overall, I'd recommend it if you're just getting other Blokees figures in this similar scale. But if you want this to scale with your other Marvel Legends, then I don't see it as a go. I say it's a no-go. It is a bummer that, these two accessories won't attach unless if I actually detach part of it that could break. So that's definitely a bummer to me. But overall, I'd say that it still looks really good, and I like how it looks similar to that in SU's Figure Arts. Now, I recommend it. Yeah, like I said, I'd recommend this if you. I'd recommend this to you if you would want a figure, a Blokees figure that would scale other Blokees figures. But if you're looking to get this for your SU Figure Arts or your Marvel Legends collection, definitely don't go for this one. But it is a good figure overall, and for a pretty good price compared to other figures, you definitely get a lot with it. But anyways, that is it, all the time I have for today, ladies and gentlemen. Look good, stay safe, stay blessed, and I will see you on the next one. Bye-bye.